Cam Gavin next. Cam, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good to see you.
You too.
The good old days at Mendenhall, man, those are great
Yep.
days, huh? Quarterback back in the day.
Yep.
And they got you the backfield now in that jumbo package, you and Steven Scott, and I guess sometimes DeMarcus Bailey too. Do you like that offensive set?
Yeah, it's fun. Brings back memories.
Caught a
like
pass last week too, didn't you?
Yeah. I was wishing to break the tackle, but
How many yards on that reception? Do you remember? Did they give you a number?
I think it was like 2 or 3.
I heard it was
wasn't
2.
that big.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Do you ever get? Do they do any carries for you guys? Any handoffs yet?
Last year they did, and we just put this Mountaineer in, kind of try to help blocking wise and open things up. So I mean, there is a few plays in there. Well, one of us do get the ball.
I was reading someday about Clemson. They've got a package like that too with Dexter Lawrence and their other big defensive player. They go in and kind of like back. They call it the fridge package, and it works pretty good for them.
Yeah, that's where Coach Ross, he likes Clemson. He watches a lot of Clemson, so
Maybe he picked that up for those guys.
Yeah,
But you call it the app package, right?
yeah.
App package, gotcha. Do you see your team as 6-5 or 9-2? How do you see things?
I mean, we know what we did on the field, so I mean, just the record is a distraction, but at the end of the day, we know what we did. We know who we
You're kind of
beat.
right about that too. Sometimes the record is a distraction. You go into the playoffs, you look at it right, and everybody's 0-0.
Yep.
And you got to buy in the first round, so that respects what you did in the conference. Look at that Metro 4A conference. Who was your toughest competition this year, you think?
Probably, I don't know, I have to say, like, Grimsley put up a good game, so, I mean, we usually blow them out, so.
I saw some of your comments in the paper where you said pretty much you usually beat them pretty much every year. Nothing fairly new there. But it was a little bit different this year, a little bit more competitive.
It was. I don't like blowouts, so I mean, I like games that are a little bit closer. They're fun to me. So.
What was your probably the most enjoyable game you've had this year for you so far? Your best game, or this for the team, a very good game you liked?
Probably Grimsley and probably the Ragsdale game. I feel like I played the best I've played this year in the Ragsdale game. And East Forsyth would have been fun, but I didn't get to play. So.
Gotcha. I bet you'd love to see those guys a second time, though, right?
Most definitely.
To do against those guys. Alex talked about that game you guys played Dudley back about 3 or 4 years ago.
Sophomore year.
Yeah, sophomore year. He said you guys had some big plays as sophomore team in that game. So you had a big play late in the game. You kind of jumped in the backfield, blew things up.
It was the last play of the game. That was probably, that and Mallard Creek game was probably the best game of my life I've ever played. It was fun, and you got to see what a team was about. So.
And you played tough you like you say, you like to play tough competition.
It's fun. I don't like blowing out. I mean, I do when you get to chill out at halftime, but I like games that are tight and we win.
So even if you lose occasionally, even a tight game is better for you. Makes you a better team down the road. Makes you more hungry as you go on. Who's the toughest player you went up against this year? Was there a player in particular you remember it was tough to go up against?
Probably Eric Easton Guilford.
Okay.
Yeah,
Eric Walker?
Yep.
Yeah.
He was good. Nah, I love that. It's fun.
Big challenge there. How about from Page? Who's the toughest Page player you go up against in practice, maybe off and on? Somebody gives you a challenge.
Probably Ethan Stevens. He's probably one of the best O-linemen that we have. And we don't really go against each other because, I mean, we know what'll happen if one of us get hurt and we go.
Got to protect the players.
So, I mean, but when we do, it's always he win, our win.
Maybe a little more of that preseason and after the season starts, right? A little more aggressive in. Cam Gavin with us, Page High School, Football in Focus, Kickback Jacks for a Thursday. Other questions for Cam tonight. Would you like to crack at a team like Southeast Guilford? They're 10-1. You know they've got a pretty good record. You hear a lot about those guys.
Yeah, I'd like to play East Forsyth. I mean, Southeast. It'd be a fun game. I think so.
Never going to see it, but it'd be kind of fun to think about it. How about in the playoffs? What do you do to have playoff success? What do you guys got to do?
We just got to play fundamental football. I mean, defense, we usually do what we have to do. And offense, I mean, if our offense ever gets rolling, then, like I tell everybody, I think if our offense gets us over 20 points, we'll hold down our end. So it's just.
It'd be kind of like those last 3 games you played. The game against Northwest, 26-6, 26 points there. Grimsley, 21-7. Last week, I think 28-5. So anything around 20 points or more, like you say, Page is in pretty good shape.
Yeah, I think so. If they just give us 20 more points on the board, we'll be fine. We'll hang in there.
Defense will give up maybe a touchdown. That's pretty much it.
Yeah,
close the door after that. Not sure you're going to play next week. What have you been doing this week in practice? Who have you been practicing with this week?
We've been watching a lot of film, basically, and kind of try to pull back and let everybody get rest and get healthy. So, I mean, just a lot of film on Reynolds and Porter Ridge. Just don't know who we'll play till tomorrow, so it's just what we've been doing.
So with tomorrow coming up, where will you be tomorrow? Are you going to go to the game tomorrow or just take tomorrow
I think our
off?
coaches are going to go, but the players aren't really going to go. So
Just take a break?
Yeah.
Take it easy. Again, you like to get your hands on Easter Side again, I'm sure. You didn't get to play that game, you like to get a hold of those guys.
I'd love to play East Stripe again. I think the game looks different with me playing, and I bring a lot of energy to the team. So like,
And you don't mind holding back. You put that energy out there, too.
I love it. I mean, sometimes that energy gets us in trouble, but it's football.
Yeah, you got to turn it loose. It's an aggressive game, like they say. Got to use that energy. Do you remember some of those guys on Easter Side, some of the key players by watching that game you guys got to be aware of next time around?
Definitely our running back, and I think our quarterback, he did pretty well. Our offense would have to play. They'd have to bring their A game too. Their defense is good.
So really, you talk about your offense. You're talking about you also, because you're part of that offense now too.
So I mean, if we didn't have that package in there, we weren't able to do that. So
that package is available now.
Yeah,
They've seen it on
there.
film, so they're gonna be ready for it. Some of you guys, even though you see it on film, it's different than seeing it in the game, right?
Yes, sir.
Now that package sometimes it's meant to get a couple yards. Do you like that package when it goes upfield too?
Yeah, I mean,
stretch that package out.
We usually do that when we're close to scoring a touchdown, because I mean, we're guaranteed every time we've done it. We're guaranteed 4 or 5 yards. I mean, it's just something we do, and the pass play out of that helps us, because not everybody's going to key on somebody 250 pounds coming out of the backfield catching a ball. So
it's all about that element of surprise on those guys right quick. What about this most enjoyable game you've had this year? You may have talked about that already. What's been your most enjoyable game this season? Everything just went right for you.
Probably Ragsdale game last week. It was raining, and a lot of people were slipping and sliding, and it was just, I think Ragsdale, they really wanted to win. So I mean, they came out and they played, and we played, and I felt like that was one of my best games that I had, tackling and stuff-wise.
Just kind of stalemated those guys. They couldn't do much.
Yeah,
because they were trying as hard as they could. They were trying, but they couldn't get anything going.
Yeah, they just. When you watch film on a team that you're supposed to beat and they want to beat you, so you have to do more. You can't do less.
One thing's for certain, you didn't give Devin Boykin, the quarterback number 12, a chance to get much going.
That's who we pretty much keyed on all week. I mean, that's their player. So
you kind of game plan and scheme for him then. No matter where he's going to be in the field, you guys be aware of him at all times. Their quarterback, Trey Jackson, had a rough night too.
Yeah, I don't think teams face a lot of defensive line and front seven like they do when they play against Page. So
quick and strong both is a pretty tough thing to handle. So you got yourself, you got DeMarcus Bailey, you got Kobe Phillips. That's a pretty good group. Who else up front?
Nick Butler.
Butler doing a good job, right?
Then Stephen Scott, when they come on blitz, and guys like Alex Angus. I don't think I've ever seen Alex Angus get blocked coming on a blitz.
I can still see in my head, I told him about it. That play last week, he blitzed us from the left side. I think that play was on every TV station highlight you saw.
I don't think he ever gets blocked. I don't know what it is. I mean,
he must line up nicely. He must have a good angle. Boy, Angus's angle must be pretty darn good what he does there, because it was tough. We saw it last week. College football, any thoughts about that right now?
No. I mean, I want to join the fire department. So.
I saw a photograph. That's some good stuff. So you're training with those guys already?
Yes, sir.
That's some good stuff. Do you go like once a week?
Yes. There's a program called Explorers, and you can go in, and it's every Monday. You can go in and train and learn stuff. So
you go to Church Street, right?
Yeah, Church Street, Station 1.
What kind of stuff are you doing in that program?
It's really like sometimes you do physical stuff, and there's a building out there. It's a maze, and you put on your gear and you just go through there, and it's pitch black, and you have to find your way out of it.
Do any climbing over there too?
Yeah, you do climbing ladders, and then I ride at Station 10.
So you get to ride in the truck with those guys?
Yeah.
Where's Station 10 at?
It's on High Point Road by the mall, or Gate City Boulevard now.
Gotcha. So you go out there and take a ride with those. Is that kind of down the street from the mall a little bit?
Yeah, it's right down the road, right across it. So it's a little BP right there.
Oh yeah, so right it's in the corner there near Merritt Drive.
It's right behind the street, runs behind Merritt Drive.
That's a good little location there.
Yeah,
how often do you go by there?
Like we have opportunity days like today. Like I could have went, but I didn't go. But whenever
do you get on the weekends? Any weekends?
Yeah, you can go on the weekend. I have a shift. Like I ride a shift. And
wow. How long does the shift last?
It's 24 hours. So you work 24 off 48. So
wow. Do you go do the 24-hour shift?
Sometimes.
You said the whole time.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's kind of fun to get used to it too. And
Yeah.
there was a kid at Southeast back in the day. His name was Shutt, Dusty Shutt, Dylan Shutt. All the Shutt brothers, they all were involved in that same kind of. They did theirs at Pleasant Garden back in the day.
Yeah.
If I was thought about this, here's a good question about today. If they had like a program at GTCC, would you get involved in that?
Yeah,
That's where you're going for. What if they had a football program there too, though? Would you? If they could get a football, you do both. Would you do both?
I'd probably do it. I mean, if I could do it. I mean, football is like, I play it and I'm good at it, I guess. It's just, and I love my teammates. So like, it's a brotherhood, and I guess that's why I like the fire department too. It's just a brotherhood.
A lot of unity there.
And I love that. Like, I can call one of my football teammates. They'll come get me 3 o'clock in the morning, and the same with them. If they ever call me, I'll go do the same. So,
And same thing with the firemen too, I'm sure.
It's the same thing.
But you got to learn to cook, though, right?
Yeah, you got to learn how to cook.
So good stuff. Cam Gavin will be a future fireman with the city of Greensboro, someplace nearby. Go to GTCC, right, to get that training
for the
going.
fire academy, do that, and it's 4 months, and then I'll come out and I'll apply. So,
4 months?
Yep, it's 4 months.
So you'll be ready to go to work, 18 years old. Wow. Does any of the training you do now carry over to the program, or is this just extra training you're doing right now?
Well, this kind of gives you a head start, because I mean,
Going in, you know a lot
you're in
more.
there with the recruiters and the guys, just the head of the
How'd you get hooked up on this? Where'd the interest come from?
My grandfather was a fireman, and we always go to the beach and the lake and that type of stuff. Like, I grew up around a bunch of firemen, and
It seemed like it'd be
I
fun to be a
like
fireman at the beach.
it. Yeah,
That would be fun.
it'd be different. but-
Yeah. Cam Gavin with us again. Do you have a favorite ACC football team?
I like Clemson. Here. I mean, you might say that because they win, but I just like the way they do things. Like, the programs run very well.
Very sound program down there. Favorite NFL team?
I'm an Eagles fan, but I support Carolina too. So
Gotcha. Got a favorite player at NFL?
J.J. Watt.
Man, that's a good one there. How about DJ Reader? Why don't DJ, man?
I like J.J. Watt,
Yeah.
but DJ Reader, I mean,
They're
he grew up
teammates.
with my brother, so I mean,
Sure
we
did.
know him.
Gotta love him too.
So-
Absolutely. JJ Watt, DJ Reader, pretty good combination.
Yeah.
They're like, I think
It's
they're
good.
6-3 right now.
Yeah, they're doing pretty good.
Playing good football, no doubt about it. In your opinion, you got to be. This is right down your alley. The top football player to ever come out of Page High School. Who do you think?
James Summers.
James, without a doubt, huh?
Yeah.
Quick answer. No second guesses. Strictly James.
James Summers.
Gotcha. Top teacher at Page in your favorite class?
My favorite class would probably be Mr. Lee. It's like it's a shop class, basically. It's like construction. So it's like you build things and you wire things up. It's a trade class, so you really learn things that maybe. I'm not a big school fan, so I like doing hands-on
You like that
stuff.
common sense,
I
practical
the
stuff that you can use
you
later.
need later in life.
You got that right. That's a smart move. They need more teaching of that, I'm sure.
Yeah, so
And what about 10 years from now? Where will you be? I think you got your plans laid out.
yeah, I hope to be a fireman. And
You're just 10 years. You're just 20 years away from retirement.
Yeah.
You're getting close. Maybe time for a second job. Fast track trivia. Who's the president of the United States?
Donald Trump,
The previous president.
Obama,
Current vice president.
current. I don't know who that is.
How about the governor?
This?
Yes.
I don't know the
How
governor.
about the mayor?
Nancy Vaughn.
You got that right. We're getting back to some local stuff here. Guilford County Sheriff.
I know the old one was B.J. Barnes.
That's
I
it.
don't
Yeah,
know.
he hadn't been. The new sheriff hasn't been sworn in yet, but there will
Okay.
be a new one coming up. Very good. You know who the new one's going to be by chance?
I can't remember his name.
Danny Rogers. You're close.
Okay.
You're close. The principal at Page High School. New principal this year.
Eric Nagler.
You got it. First and last. One of the current 3 acting athletic directors. You got 3 people holding that job down right now.
Matthew Harder.
Got it. The basketball coach doing a good job, along with Coach Jones and also Mr. Ivy, the boys basketball coach.
Matthew Harder.
Right back at it. Girls basketball coach.
Mr. Johnson.
You got it. Baseball coach.
Coach Harden.
Will you be playing for him this year?
Maybe. I might play. Might
Possibility. Senior year. Look it over. The name of your football stadium.
try. Marion Kirby.
You got it. Offensive leader for the Carolina Panthers.
Offensive leader.
Who's their leader? Yes.
Cam Newton.
You got it. How about the defensive leader?
Luke Kuechly.
You got it. No doubt about it. A little bit different here. Starting point guard for the Charlotte Hornets.
I don't know that one.
Kemba Walker.
He's still there?
Still there, yeah. Kemba's,
Okay.
and he's got Tony Parker backing him up now.
Okay, I didn't know
The
that.
veteran from San Antonio. Last question on this group here. When the Carolina Hurricanes won the Stanley Cup a few years back, What sport were they playing? Carolina Hurricanes.
Hockey.
Hockey team it is. Let me ask this before we go. Cam Gavin with us, great kid over the years. If I had a team to pick, if I'm picking a team, I'm out in a neighborhood game, getting ready to play. We need competition. We need fierce players. The first man I'm going to select is who?
Me or you?
No, think about it. I'm selecting.
Okay.
Who's the first guy I'm going to select? Who do you think I'm going to pick? Got a whole bunch of guys out there, people you know.
People I know.
Yeah. I'm going to pick James Gavin.
My dad?
Competitive nature. How about that?
I never get to watch him play, so.
Oh, he's tough. He's tough. He's very competitive. Now, if you're picking, who would you pick first?
If I'm picking, I'm going to go with James Summers. Somebody go against my dad.
Put James against James,
Yeah.
right? Cam, good job. Always good to see you. Mendenhall Mustangs. Who was the ACOT quarterback back then? Was it Zealous? Was he quarterbacking there or somebody else for ACOT back when you played those guys?
When I was in 7th grade, it was G.
G. Simpson?
Yep.
Okay.
He played there, and then I think Nick Baker was.
Wow.
He was the backup of G. He ended up playing because I think G was hurt. So I can't remember who was. It might have been because of Zealous. My 8th grade year.
But you probably beat him every time, though, didn't you?
Yeah, it was. I don't believe it was much competition back in middle school days like it is now. You get a variety of people now.
Think you'll ever get to play quarterback again? Maybe one time more?
I've been asking my football coach to put me in if we're up, but
Not yet.
just see what happens.
Cam, you got to make it happen, man. Keep it
Yes,
going.
sir.
Tell James, keep up the good work.
All right, thank you.
Got it, my man. Cam Gavin, Page High School.